again, I heard this promo. D-Mac was saying, hey, Adelman, you got to trust your guys. And I just wonder what that means. Because me and Nelly talked about this a lot during the appetizer. Trust your guys, meaning if people aren't hitting shots, then, hey, play Pickett, see if he's hitting shots. Hey, play Strother, see if he's hitting shots. And my whole thing is this. Do I think that Jalen Pickett or DJ or Zeke Najee or somebody could go out there and give you 5 to 8 minutes just to spell somebody? Yeah, I do. Here's the thing. Adelman doesn't. He just doesn't. And I need people to understand something. When Russell Westbrook's missing shots or Michael Porter Jr.'s missing shots, Adelman's way of thinking is much like Michael Malone's in that they don't feel like the best shot for somebody to start getting hot is bringing somebody off the bench. They will tell Porter, take 2 or 3 more threes and see if you hit one. That's their trust. Their trust is within this, I call them 6.5 players on this roster, which is your starting 5, Russell Westbrook,
and then
sometimes Peyton
part
Watson.
of Peyton.
Yes.
I would like to speak directly to D-Mac at this moment. Darren, please listen to me. He's probably not. He's probably doing one of his 87 podcasts that he does. But if he is listening to me, I dig what you're saying. I think it's a reasonable take in certain situations. You have to have players that are trustworthy in order to trust them. Do you think that Daniel trusts guys off his bench? Yeah. Deeper, 10 deep? Yeah. Why? Because they are more trustworthy. You've got guys who haven't played a lot, guys who aren't great players. And I'm not trying to bust anybody up here. What I'm trying to do is be real about it. And can you put 20 minutes on Julian Strother tonight?
Here's what's funny.
Because I'll tell you what the Oklahoma City Thunder do. Lou Dort wasn't making jack the other night. They took him out. And, I mean, they'll play their bench guys 17 to 20 minutes.
In fact, that's probably a big reason they won the game. Lou Dort couldn't make, and they brought in Aaron Wiggins and Queso Wallace, said, sit down, Lou Dort, and their bench is deeper. Listen, the reason why this series is tied is because Oklahoma City has relied more on their depth. They have more depth. That's obvious. We knew that going in.
But it's the reason why Calvin Booth is no longer here, right? Is because you don't have the depth. Now,
well, the Deron Holmes injury, I mean, I guess you don't really know what you got in that guy yet because he can't play or hasn't played.
Yeah.
And he won't play until next season because his Achilles blew up.
But here's what's funny. This is the cycle.
Well, you can't have your 5th and 6th highest paid players on the roster and not contribute.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. 5th and 6th highest paid players on this roster have played a total of 35 seconds in this series.
This is the vicious cycle that Adelman and previously Malone have found themselves in. Playoffs start. We always say, why are we only playing like 6 or 7 dudes? Why aren't we playing more? And it's like, I don't trust them. Well, why don't you trust them? Because they don't play. Why don't they play? Because they don't trust them. Why don't you trust them? Because they don't play. And it just goes back and forth to that over again.
Do you want to say, all right, for the first time in 7 months, I'm going to trust Dario Saric?
Exactly. It's not going to happen.
That ain't happening, brother.
Here's what is going to happen. You're going to live or you're going to die with the 6.5 players that are playing for the Nuggets right now. That's it. That's how it's going to work. Those players are going to decide your fate.
The Knicks only play 7.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
They play 7. And they're up 3-1.
Yeah.
So, I mean, listen, if it works great. If you extend these series to 7 games, the way the Nuggets have, you're only hurting yourself with the lack of depth.
I have an analogy, but it's a bad one. Should I throw it out there or not? Vic's riding his bike downtown. Oh, I forgot my lock. Hey, listen, I've got to run in here for 5 minutes. I need somebody. Hey, 16th Street Mall crackhead.
Mm-hmm.
I need to trust you to watch my bike for me while I run into the store real quick and then run back out. Now, you can trust the crackhead, and I'm not comparing the Nuggets bench to crackheads.
I was going to say.
That's why it's a terrible analogy. But I'm saying, hey, 16th Street crackhead, can you watch my bike for 5 minutes, please? Right? Now, you can trust them if you want to, but the odds are what?
Well,
The odds that your bike is gone when you come back out. The odds are they're not going to give you quality minutes at this point in this very, very difficult, tight, squeeze them up type of series. It's just not going to happen.
I think we'll find out tonight within 5 minutes of this game whether we have a game or not. It's going to be one of those, right? We'll know 5 minutes in.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's no game to be played, if it's going to be just again, the MVP could be awarded tonight. It's going to be explosive. By the way, the arena is right there. If you could see Paycom, it's right behind me.
Yeah.
It's going to be a night of very much emotion for the OKC faithful and the players. So if it's going to be one of those games, I think the goal, extend it to 7 games. Get it to that 7th game.